What's going on, you fam? Raiyuden here, and if you saw today's summoning video, you'll know that I got the new full power yellow Frieza. Now, you're looking at this team here and you're thinking, whoa, Raiyuden, what is this? What is with all these twinkly boys? And, well, just want to let you know that there are multiple parts to that summoning video. Decided I would divide it up. So I'll be releasing a summoning video and a little showcase video every day. So 2 videos just for a few days, because I don't know, it just seemed more appropriate. But the banner treated me pretty well. I got a lot of Lineage of Evil units, interestingly enough. For example, the little Pod Frieza there, I had him at 4 stars, and now he's at 6. Metal Cooler was at 3 stars, now he's at 5. Blue Cooler was at 5 before, now he's at 7. Even Golden Frieza got to 7. I just kept pulling Lineage of Evil units and the full power Frieza, so there's a lot of twinkly boys. It almost feels a little gross to use the team, but here we are. So here's the team we're going to be rocking: the full power Frieza, Golden Frieza, Space Pod Frieza, Metal Cooler on the bench, chilled just because now that we have everyone on the Lineage of Evil team. We have someone that can buff all of them in terms of HP buffs, and then the Blue Cooler. Now that we're done talking about that, let's jump into some PvP. Alrighty, here's the first match of the video, going up against the Future team. Now, for this Lineage of Evil team, you can honestly use a wide variety of units here. The good thing about these units is they just complement and speak to one another so well. For example, the Pod Frieza's main ability, giving him a blue card, is so easily transferable to this yellow full power Frieza. In my opinion, the full power Frieza's biggest and absolute most deadly trait is his ability to come in and do 100% additional damage with a blue card. That's absolutely insane to me. I guess what made up for their lack of, a unique animation for the character is coming out of damage that the card can do. He's absolutely insane. He's very, very strong. But what boggles my mind is, do you remember when I talked about the Goku Black and what made him very, very useful? When he swaps out, he takes away ki from an opponent. Have you ever faced the annoying Android 17? When anytime he swapped in, he lost a significant amount of ki. You had to drop your combo, or you are now stuck. Things like that. This full power Frieza can do that same thing while dishing out an absurd amount of damage. It's crazy. This Frieza is so good. Upon swapping in, he does additional damage as well as gains ki. When he swaps out, he takes away ki. Just his ability to take control of the fight is absurd. He's such a strong unit. And I feel like everyone's paying attention to the Goku being Legends Limited as an absolutely dominant unit, and they're not wrong to be doing that. The Legends Limited Goku is crazy as well. He's a very strong last stand unit, but by no means is this yellow Frieza, by no means should you feel like you missed out by picking him up, because he is insane as well. Absolutely insane. Very cool new animations being used with him, but he is what the Lineage of Evil team lacked. The Lineage of Evil team was very good offensively, but they definitely lacked a good defensive unit. They needed somebody that would be there to take the hits, that would give them a second life, that would be able to help the hard hitters get some ki and get some damage going, if need be that person that can do the additional damage. And he satisfies all those roles. People often forget that this yellow Frieza has a second life. You'll notice in one of the matches that I played today, but his damage output is incredible. He's very, very strong. Not to mention his green card also being not only a counter, but a way to defend yourself. So if you ever find yourself in a position where, let's say, yellow Frieza is your last guy, it's you versus one other opponent. What you guys are really banking on is your Vanish, but you use your Vanish. Well, this green card is a great way to get priority back. It's a counter attack, so your opponent starts in with a Ki Blast, just because no one likes to initiate their attack at a close range, right? Gives you an opportunity to come back. But if they use a key card, it's a safe way for them to initiate. But if you have this green card, you can counter. Now, with a lot of green cards that grant you priority and stuff like that, you're able to chain it with a blue card, sort of like how, you know, when Super Vegito pops in and gains priority back, or with you know, God Vegeta, stuff like that. Units like that, when they swap in and knock you back, you can always chain with a blue card. Well, you can do it with this green card as well. You can chain that blue card. It's insane, absolutely insane to me. Now here's an example of where this yellow Frieza is so awesome. So in this case, Super Vegito is the strongest unit on the Fusion's team. He's the one guy you gotta fear, and everyone treasures their yellow units against him because it's their strongest asset against them. Well, here's a good example of where his second life is so clutch. He used a Rising Rush my yellow unit, but he gave up his Vanish in order to do so. But because yellow Frieza has second life, I don't have to worry about it. I have a Super Vegito countering unit with second life. So it's not going to be so easy for Fusion teams in order to take out their counter to their Starboy. So definitely what was needed, definitely what people wanted. I would say right now the best counter to Fusions is definitely Lineage of Evil now. Before I said it was possibly Fusions because of how well they sustain themselves and how they can counter them. You know, the absurd damage output really put them in a good spot, especially with the new units released. But now it's definitely Lineage of Evil. They just have all the right counters. Golden Frieza for Super Gogeta. Super Saiyan Gogeta, yeah. So for him, this Blue Pod Frieza to deal with the free-to-play Vegito. And then we have our new full power yellow Frieza to deal with the Super Vegito. It's all there. The utility between the units, the ability to swap into a yellow Frieza to gain ki, the green cards to not only counter but to stun, it's perfect. An ultimate ability too, it's perfect. There's this team has officially completed itself. There's no point of weakness anymore. They can do it all, and they're definitely an incredibly viable team against the, you know, one of the top teams in the meta right now. So my opponent gets his blue card with the green card off on my Golden Frieza, but that's absolutely nothing. I tried to bait out his Vanish into a Rising Rush here, but I guess I was too slow or something happened like that. But you know, it always happens sometimes. Sometimes you hit it off, sometimes you don't. It's just the way it is. But now I know he likes to tap attack, so I didn't have the time to go into Yellow Pod Frieza. Sorry, not Yellow Pod, Yellow Full Power Frieza and hit him. So I had to swap, I had to go straight for a strike card. And then now bring in the Full Power Frieza. Even though he's a defensive unit, just such absurd damage output. It's fantastic. I kind of wonder if that's what they're going to do with a lot of these new defensive units. That their direction is going to be very strong defensive unit, like obviously defensively, but they can do the offensive things if they get hit. You know, if they satisfy what they do as a defensive unit, then they can switch to being offensive by getting hit. Like exactly like this Frieza. Look at that. Super Vegito almost died, and we all hailed the Fusion Warriors as one of the tankiest teams in the game because of how good synergy and that red free-to-play Vegito's main ability. They all had heals, they all had incredible defenses, and man, that yellow Frieza, one blue card almost wiped them out. He did 8 million damage to Golden Frieza, holy crap. That's crazy. Catch him with the green card right there. There's a little bit of lag going on, not really sure. I completely forgot this dude is immune to that, so trying to do a little charge step. He gets the Vanish, which is okay, just cancel him out right there. Bring in our Full Power Frieza. Look at that ki gain. It is crazy. All these units gaining ki, taking away ki. It seems like they're trying to make a shift towards the meta, crippling people that gain priority. Now, for this video, I decided to do 4 matches just because that first one ended super fast. My opponent just dropped out after they did their Rising Rush. Going against another future team, one of the Rising tags. But man, Lineage of Evil, 100%. They're going to be one of the metas that you're going to have to... Not metas, sorry. One of the tags you're all going to have to worry about right now. More so than before. Just the ability to keep this combo going. And then not only that, but if I were to delay just a little longer, I would have been able to use Full Power Frieza's main ability, gain myself a blue card, and then seal the deal. I wonder if their goal was You use a unit, gain priority, do some damage, swap out to this guy, and then maybe your opponent swaps out to somebody else. Maybe your opponent swaps out to who knows. Well, then you can use a blue card and take him out. Now here's me showing that the green card can chain with the blue card here. You can put the two together, and I mean if you do, oof, you're doing some crazy damage. You do additional damage once you get the counter off, once you get the green card off. With the blue card as well, whoever it is, they're dying. 100% they're dying. Just crazy damage. That was a huge accident. I tried to pop the main ability. For a second I forgot. I was thinking, did his main ability also give him ki? But then I realized that's probably way too much. I hope to catch him with a Rising Rush there, but didn't work out. So this Trunks is notorious for crazy damage output regardless of who he's hitting. Whether it be someone with type advantage over him or not. He did crazy damage, but the yellow Frieza is standing tall against this guy. Not even a problem for him. Now I had no issue losing the blue pod Frieza because he had a green Future Gohan there, and he's the only one on my team that someone has type advantage over, so if there had to be a pawn to get rid of, it's him. He did his role. He uses his Vanish, so I'm just trying to gain ki, and then what a nice little thing there. We have two blue cards. Absolutely insane. Like, I'm pretty sure this blue card can do 1 mil on its own. 100%. Now I try to use a blue card here in the hopes of catching him shooting a Ki Blast, but doesn't quite work out. Gets a nice Vanish there. Now it's not over. I mean, it's still a crazy powerful Trunks, so I still have to be careful. He could still take out full power Frieza. I mean, Golden Frieza, if he gets hit like twice, he's dead. In the face of a purple Trunks, he's nothing more than like a wet napkin. He would fold him like wet newspaper, so I had to be careful. But so long as I make sure I don't lose yellow Frieza, I let Golden Frieza take a few hits and then swap in my yellow Frieza to reduce his ki, reduce his combo. My fear was that he may have had a blue card, and if you know, Trunks' blue card reduces damage reduction, so if you swap in with a unit that takes less damage upon swapping in, well, he nullifies that. Well, if he reduces ki after he does a couple combo hits, then he can't do it. I'm 100% safe. I was hoping I can get the green card off quick enough to show the counter, but didn't work out. Not only that, but the yellow Frieza has second life too, so it's not like I had much to worry about. So being able to just continuously do this is nice. And then just be cheeky and end it off with a blue card. So overall, the new full power Frieza is a fantastic unit. Lineage of Evil is officially on the map. Not to say they weren't there, but more so now than ever. So fusion teams, sand teams, don't think that you're safe now, because you got somebody coming for you. I don't think the fusion reign is going to go on for much longer with these guys. But until next time, peace out, guys.